I'ma do the things that I wanna do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I leave my candy with the pork and beans. Excuse my manners if I make a scene.
In Game 1, I was immediately on the back foot when I lost the die roll, meaning his Lotus Blooms would come out awfully quick compared to my team of red dudes. Fortunately for Team Magic Show, Josh had a mulligan to 6 while I kept my first 7. Josh led off with a Mountain while I played a Mountain and a Mog Fanatic. Josh played Fungal Reaches turn 2 with a quick pass while I attacked with Mog Fanatic and dropped Keldon Marauders. The third turn saw Josh play a Spine Rock Knoll and slide a mystery card underneath. My third turn saw beats from red dudes and Magus of the Mother Freaking Moon. That card seems good against the mono red deck. Who knew? Fungal Reaches took on a counter before it became a Mountain, and I passed. Josh thought for a bit and then suspended a Rift Bolt. I smashed with my team, played a Get Through Encampment, and then Magus of the Moon number 2. So good. The suspended Rift Bolt took down a Magus of the Moon that a Grape Shot for 2 took down another. On the 5th turn, Mog Fanatic, still on the board, went in for 1, and then Magus of the Moon number 3. That elicited a wow from Josh.
Triple Magus draw, come on.
It's really fair.
Josh did nothing but add another Fungal Reaches counter and suspend a Lotus Bloom. On my turn, the 6th, I activated Get Through Encampment and the smashy beats into Josh. Unfortunately, it's a Mountain. Magus is so good. Too bad, just Magus and Mog Fanatic. Then I shard volleyed and played Flame Javelin to put him into the negatives, and we were on to Game 2. My sideboarding consisted of taking out 4 Lash Out to add in 4 Fulminator Mages, while Joshua made no sideboard changes. In Game 2, Josh was keeping his first 7, as did I, and leading off with a Fungal Reaches. Meanwhile, I played a Mountain and suspended a Rift Bolt. Josh played Fungal Reaches on turn 2 and passed. He took 3 damage from the burn spell, followed by my Keldon Marauders. The third turn saw Josh drop another Fungal Reaches. Triple Fungal Reaches is not as good as Triple Magus, to be sure. I beat face with a 3-3 on turn 3 and then dropped a Fulminator Mage. This elicited a word that we cannot repeat on this family-friendly show, but let's just say he wasn't happy. A Fungal Reaches hit the bin. A Magus of the Moon got shocked pretty quickly. There was no 4th land drop from Josh, and he quickly passed. A 5th turn Magus of the Moon also met a quick demise at the hands of Shock. Still stuck on 3 lands after the Fulminator Mage took out one of the Fungal Reaches, Josh went into the tank. After a minute, he suspended a Rift Bolt. Fulminator Mage number 2 from myself hit the Fungal Reaches that had counters. Those counters came off, and he incinerated me, then Rift Bolt hit as well, putting me down to 14 and him at 12. Big Country, aka Countryside Crusher, hit the board next turn. I don't like that guy, Josh says. Josh had no zaps for the new animal on the board and simply added a counter to one of his lands. He played Incinerate on his next turn. I had no more Little Red Men for a few turns after this, all the while he was adding counters to its storage land. Another Magus of the Moon, anyone? Another burn spell? Sure. In the mono-red mirror, it's unlikely that creatures are going to stick around for very long, and I knew it, but I had to keep trying. I drew a Mutavault and passed. With 7 points of burn in my hand, I just had to deal 5 with other sources to win. So close. I played an end-of-turn Flame Javelin, taking him down to 8. I activated Mutavault, and he shocked it. He also got another counter, now 5, on his Fungal Reaches. Josh had a handful of goodies on his side. He finally played Pyromancer Swath, tar-fired me down to 10, played Shard Volley to put me at 5, and then Grape Shot for 4 to kill me dead. You would think that being on the play would be the most important thing, but both times the player on the draw was the winner. Weird. Time for the epic final match. There were no changes from the sideboards between games 2 and 3. In Game 3, I kept my opening 7, but Josh was not so lucky. He mulliganed, as Combo is prone to do, but Combo can also recover easier. I had a first turn Mog Fanatic, while Josh said Mountain, pass. The next turn I bash in with my little red guy and cast another, as well as suspending a Rift Bolt. Josh plays Molten Slagheap and passes. My third turn saw me beat with Mog Fanatics and then cast a Fulminator Mage. Josh added a counter to his storage land. Josh, seemingly not happy with his draw, stared at his hand for a bit and then says,
Sorry, just put me over there.
That's the idea.
Finally, he suspends a Rift Bolt. I played Big Country again. His Rift Bolt resolved and then took down a Countryside Crusher. I sacked my Fulminator Mage to take down his Molten Slag Heap. A pair of 1/1s went into the red zone, attacking Josh's lonely board of a Singleton Mountain. I played Nom Nom, aka Tattermunge Maniac, and passed. He tar-fired it immediately. Josh finally got a second mountain, but passed. Fanatic Beats went in there, but only one came out alive as Josh tar-fired one of them. It dealt him a final damage, then I played another Fulminator Mage and passed. Josh drew what I guessed was a non-land permanent and passed. He incinerated my Fulminator Mage on my attack step, so I only got in for 1, putting him down to 5. I then played Mutavault and Magus of the Moon and passed. He played a Molten Slag Heap, thought for a moment, then scooped him up.